This is my K2 meter. Of all my ghost hunting equipment, it is definitely my favorite. With this video, I hope to demonstrate to the viewer why it is my favorite. The K2 meter is an EMF detector. EMF stands for electromagnetic fields, which is another way of saying electrical energy. The theory behind EMFs and ghost hunting is that spirits are comprised of energy which can be detected by an EMF detector. And when an EMF detector detects energy and there's no other explanation, there's a good chance that it can be ghosts, especially when detected in supposedly haunted locations. In 2019, I went ghost hunting with my ghost hunting friend Caitlin, and she had a K2 meter. I was so impressed with it that I decided I had to have one. As soon as I got home, I looked them up on my computer and found them advertised on Walmart's website for $21 with free shipping. I posted this on Facebook, claiming that my wife said that if I received 25 likes, I could get one. This was all in fun, because my wife wouldn't have cared if I bought one so long as our bills were paid and we had groceries. In any event, my post received over 25 likes in less than 24 hours. When ghost hunting at a cemetery, we typically start out by walking up and down the rows of headstones while holding the K2 meter, and when it lights up, we stop at the grave we were at and attempt to communicate. We usually set the K2 meter on the ground at the base of the headstone and try to make contact by using the K2 meter, dowsing rods, pendulum, and digital recorder. During the summer of 2020, while exploring at the Washington Village Cemetery with my godson Thomas, the K2 meter was lighting up everywhere we went. We initially thought that a spirit might be following us around. I eventually got the idea of our wanting each other with the K2 meter, much like how a security officer or a correction officer would want someone with a handheld metal detector. Upon doing so, we discovered that the detector was lighting up to a 3 on my chest area and to only a 1 with Thomas. We took this photograph to document this phenomenon. And in case you're wondering, I removed my shirt to demonstrate that there was nothing under it, making the detector go off. This is Thomas standing in the exact spot that I was standing in the previous slide, yet the K2 meter is only registering a 1, which merely indicates that it is on. During a subsequent impromptu dowsing rod session, Thomas was able to ascertain that a spirit at the Washington Village Cemetery apparently liked the religious medal that I was wearing. I tried at several locations, and the K2 meter would not light up on my chest anywhere else, but would light up to a 3 every time we returned to the Washington Village Cemetery. During the summer of 2021, Josh and I returned to the Washington Village Cemetery and recorded the following video clip. We're at the Washington Village Cemetery, and at this grave last year, the decedent liked my religious medal. We're going to see if he still likes it now. Wait a minute, let me turn it on. Okay. Is he lighting up?
Yeah, it's lighting up.
Okay, lighting up to 3?
3.
You still like my religious medal? You like that? My friend Ben, the founder and lead investigator of the Ashland County Paranormal Society, pictured here with me on the left, in response to skeptics who suggested that the K2 meter was going off on my chest area due to the metal holding my sternum together after open heart surgery in 2018, suggested that the next time I was at the Washington Village Cemetery and the K2 meter lit up on my medal, that I remove it and see if it lit up without my wearing the medal. The following video is what happened when I followed his suggestion. I've taken my Sacred Heart of Jesus metal scapular off and I put it in the car. Now we're going to see if the K2 meter lights up on my chest without it. Is it lighting up?
Nothing.
And out of curiosity, in the next video clip, Josh and I returned to the Washington Village Cemetery, and I placed my religious medal on a plastic hanger to see if the K2 meter would hit on it in the open air. Let's watch. Okay, we're still at Washington Village Cemetery, and I put the Sacred Heart of Jesus scapular on this hanger, and we're going to hold this K2 meter on it and see if it lights up. As you can see, it's lighting up to a 3 here. There's nothing here that's electrical that should make this go off. You getting that?
Yeah.
Apparently, the spirit who likes my Sacred Heart of Jesus metal scapular likes other religious items, as demonstrated in this photograph taken in 2020 with my blessed crucifix. And with my blessed rosary. For those who haven't seen my video titled Matilda, Matilda is a friendly 3-year-old spirit who was buried at the Mount Olive Cemetery during the 1830s. Matilda has communicated with us through the K2 meter, dowsing rods, pendulum, and by turning on flashlights. Every time I visit the Mount Olive Cemetery, I make a point to stop at Matilda's memorial, even if for only a few seconds, and say hi. Matilda usually responds by lighting up the K2 meter. In 2021, Thomas and I visited the Mount Olive Cemetery, and I wanted to get a video of Matilda lighting up the K2 meter, but didn't tell Thomas. As soon as we walked over to her memorial, the K2 meter started lighting up like a Christmas tree, as she almost always does. Unfortunately, by the time Thomas got his iPhone out to video the following clip, she had expended most of her energy. We're at Mount Olive Cemetery, also known as Mary Jane's grave, and we're at Matilda Schrack's grave. Matilda, right before we turned the camera on, you were lighting the meter up. Can you light it up again for us? Go ahead and light it up for us, please. I asked you to stop while he got the camera out. Can you light it up now? Go ahead. There you go. Do it again for us, please, so we know it's not a coincidence. Can you light it up again, please? Okay, you running out of energy? Marjorie Gamble was a 9-year-old girl who lived in a farmhouse just south of Lexington, Ohio. In 1940, while her parents were shopping, a farmhand went to her school and told her 4th-grade teacher that she needed to come home because her mother was sick. He then took her home and down to his room in the basement and ripped her clothes off and murdered her before going upstairs and committing suicide in the living room. My friend Caitlin knows the caretaker of the Gamble murder house and obtained permission for us to investigate this abandoned haunted house. The next 3 video clips were recorded on the first floor of the Gamble murder house. We had found an old can of paint and had placed it at the top of the stairs and were trying to get any spirits who may have been present with us to push it down the stairs. In the first video clip, we noticed that the K2 meter, which I had placed on the downstairs newel post, was going off, and I asked if it was Marjorie making it go off.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, who's lighting this up? Marjorie, is that you doing that? That means you understand what I'm asking? In this second clip, the K2 meter lit up again when I asked the spirit to push the can down the stairs. Make that can go down the stairs if you would. Wow, look at that. Okay, does that mean you're going to try? In the third clip, I was trying to get the name of the spirit who had turned on a flashlight we had placed at the bottom of the stairs. When the K2 meter didn't respond to several names I had mentioned, it flickered when I jokingly asked if it was some other ghost who just happened to be passing by. Was it some other ghost that was just passing by? Look, it lit up.
Maybe Lena.
Lena, was it you? Were you just passing by? You got it on the K2 meter? The next 4 clips were recorded upstairs a week later when we returned to the Gamble murder house. Thomas, Josh, and I were playing a game with the spirits involving the dowsing rods and an empty aluminum pop can. While previously investigating at the Belleville Opera House, a ghost there kept knocking a pop can down with the dowsing rods, so we decided to see if we could get any ghosts present at the Gamble murder house to knock down a pop can, since we didn't have any success getting them to knock a much heavier can of paint down the stairs the week before. Unfortunately, we were unable to get any spirits to knock down the pop can with the dowsing rods until after we turned off the camera. But as you can see from the following recordings, The spirits were lighting up the K2 meter the whole time as Thomas, Josh, and I took turns with the dowsing rods. As you watch the following clips, please keep in mind that we were in an abandoned old farmhouse which hasn't had any electricity in decades.
Josh,
The K2 meter's going on.
Okay, got the K2 meter going off. Now can you knock the can down? Can you knock it over?
The K2 meter.
Look at the K2 meter. Are you getting the K2 meter?
Yeah.
Look at the K2 meters going. Are you telling us with the K2 meter that you're trying? Is that what you're telling us? Sheila Ferguson was a 17-year-old girl whose death in 1988 has given rise to a local urban legend in the Ashland, Ohio area. According to the legend, she was last seen alive talking or arguing with her boyfriend at a wooden bridge at the Brookside West Park before they walked into a wooded area next to the bridge. The next morning, her body was found in the woods hanging from a tree. Her boyfriend's police officer uncle handled the investigation, which determined that she committed suicide. A lot of people believe that her boyfriend murdered her with the assistance of his new girlfriend, who he later married. There are a lot of suspicious circumstances surrounding her death and the police investigation into it. I requested and received a copy of the police report, and it was so redacted that the only thing it states is that she was wearing jeans, white t-shirt, white socks, and tennis shoes. Nothing else. During the summer of 2021, I participated in a paranormal investigation of the area with my friends Ben and Dustin. The following clip was recorded in the middle of the woods where there obviously was no electricity. Dustin was using the K2 meter, and it started lighting up around my hat. For the past couple of years, there seems to have been an ongoing dynamic with the alleged ghosts with whom we've had interactions, and they're liking my hats. In this case, the alleged ghost may have liked my glasses. Is this still lighting up? A little bit.
Just that one light. Well, okay. It's up to 3 now.
You like my glasses? Is old-fashioned clubman style? You like my hat? In this next clip, I wanted Dustin with the K2 meter, and it would seem like there was something to his right making it light up. Could it have been Ben's cell phone several feet away? Cell phones usually do not affect the K2 meter from that far away. Are you standing next to Dustin? Is that why it's lighting up right here? Wow, you standing right here? Wow, look at this, a 5.
Yeah.
Are you standing right here amongst us? In this next video clip, we are still in the middle of the woods as Ben and Dustin conduct a dual K2 meter session. One of the things that I noticed while in the woods was that the branches on all the trees were so high that no one would be able to hang oneself or anyone else without help or at least a ladder. Watch the K2 meter on the right flicker when I ask if someone else put her body on the tree from which she was later found. Okay, the question was, you were found hanging on a tree. Did somebody else put you there, like your ex-boyfriend? Light one of the meters or both of them, if that's the case. Now, let's watch the reaction with the K2 meter on the right when I ask if the boyfriend's police officer uncle covered up the investigation. Okay. Did your boyfriend's uncle cover up the investigation? He was the first one on the scene, and then your boyfriend wasn't charged. Did he have anything to do with that? In the following video clip, it goes to show that it's always a good idea to have a more experienced investigator on hand, because I was starting to get frustrated over the alleged ghost of Sheila not responding to the million-dollar question, as to whether she had been murdered, or the alternate question, if she had committed suicide, when Ben pointed out that she might be running out of energy. Watch as the K2 meter flickered when he said this.
Okay, you weren't murdered and you didn't commit suicide. They found your body out here. We know something happened.
She might be running out of energy, though.
That's true.
Well,
I guess I didn't learn my lesson, because a couple months later, when I returned to the same wooded area with my wife Kim, I got frustrated with Sheila again. Sheila had indicated through the dowsing rods that her boyfriend had participated in her death. I had made a piece of cardboard with letters on it and planned to ask her to light up on the first letter of her boyfriend's name. While I was explaining to Kim, who was recording the video, what I was about to do, Sheila lit up on the letter S, which was significant because her boyfriend's name was Scott, which begins with S. But when we recorded the following, she must have gotten camera shy.
Okay, Sheila, you indicated that your boyfriend might have had something to do with your death. I've got this board with the letters A through Z, and I got the K2 meter. I'm going to put the K2 meter in front of these letters, light it up when we get to the letter of your boyfriend's first name. Okay, it's on. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So your boyfriend's name didn't start with any letters. Thank you, Sheila.
This is a photograph of Margie Coffey from her headstone at the Bunker Hill Cemetery. She was murdered in January 1988. Her body was found in Possum Run Creek by a bunch of Boy Scouts who were collecting aluminum cans. She was a former prostitute who had turned her life around and was studying to become a police officer. She was murdered by a police lieutenant with the Mansfield Police Department after she was forced to reveal the name of the father of her son in order to receive financial aid for her schooling. He had refused to pay any child support for the son he had fathered. DNA evidence proved that he was the father, and forensic evidence proved that he was Margie's murderer. In addition to this, one of his other girlfriends testified that he admitted to her that he murdered Margie. The following video clip was recorded by Samantha when we visited the Bunker Hill Cemetery during the summer of 2020. In it, you will hear Caitlin say that she thinks she hears someone trying to come through on her SB11 spirit box. You will also see the flashlight turn on by itself, and you'll see the K2 meter flicker when I ask if she found it hard communicating with the SB11 spirit box.
I hear something trying to come through this.
There it is.
There it is. Yep.
Are you saying that you're trying to talk to this too? Is this hard to do?
This next video clip was recorded by Thomas during the summer of 2021 at the bridge over the Possum Run Creek where Margie's body was found. The bridge is right down the street from the cemetery where she is buried. We usually don't get any activity at this bridge, so I was kind of taken by surprise when the K2 meter started lighting up, and all I could say is, let's meet you at your grave.
Here, let's see if we get any activity. It looks like it's already starting. Is anybody here? Marjorie? Marjorie Coffey, is that you? Is that you, Marjorie? Is this where they found your body? In this creek right here? Did they find you around here? Okay. Do you want us to meet you at your grave? Is that okay? We'll meet you over at your grave. Be there in a few minutes.
For those who have not yet seen it, In the fall of 2021, I published this video titled Smoking Ghost, involving a friend and former co-worker of mine named Ben, who passed away in 2012. One of the reasons people are interested in ghost hunting is because it validates for us that there's more to this world than what we are currently experiencing, and that there's life after death. When you think about it, that's a major function of many forms of religion in the world. A lot of people don't know it because I don't talk about it a lot, but I hold a doctorate of divinity degree. In any event, my friend Ben, the K2 meter, verified that there is life after death in the following video.
We just want some type of proof that there's life after, okay, thank you, that there's life after death. And that's what you just proved to us. Thank you.
In the next video clip, my friend Ben lit up the K2 meter when I stated that I hoped we weren't making him smoke when he didn't want to, and then he knocked a cigarette off the holder.
I hope we're not making you smoke and you don't want to. Is that, you don't like smoking? Light the meter up and we won't make you smoke. Light the meter up again if you don't like to smoke.
I'm including this last clip recorded at my friend Ben's grave because it demonstrates so well how one can actually have an intelligent conversation through the K2 meter. There's really no other explanation.
Touch the meter to make it light up, that you understand what I'm asking. Because you've been lighting it up. Okay. Is the flashlight too hard for you to turn on? Is that what's going on? Okay. Okay, stop lighting the meter up for a second so I know this isn't just a coincidence that it's you. Okay, now light it up again so I know it's you. Can you light it up again? Light the meter up? Okay, thank you. Are you running out of energy? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to let you go for now, okay? Bye. Light up if you're ready to... Okay, bye now.
This is a photograph which I took in the fall of 2020 of the wooded area behind the Pleasant Valley Cemetery. While it may look nice and peaceful during the daylight, it can be very spooky at night. My friend Caitlin has informed me that she believes something evil lurks in these woods, which comes out and into the cemetery at nighttime, chasing away the friendly spirits. During the summer of 2020, Thomas and I were investigating at the Pleasant Valley Cemetery at nighttime when I saw a shadow figure out of the corner of my eye. Shortly after seeing the shadow figure, I started getting goosebumps. I asked Thomas to document the goosebumps with this picture, which doesn't really capture them as well as I would have liked. My friend and co-worker Scott told me that his stepdaughter Liz is into the paranormal. Though I've never met her, we became friends on Facebook. I've invited her to go ghost hunting on a few occasions, but she declines my invites, stating that she doesn't need to hunt ghosts. They hunt her. She has informed me that in addition to being intuitive, she can sense things in photographs. She posted this comment upon seeing the previous picture. For the record, I didn't tell her anything about the woods behind the cemetery, which are not visible in the picture. During the fall of 2021, thrill seekers Thomas, Samantha, Josh, and I ignored Caitlin's warning and entered the spooky woods behind the Pleasant Valley Cemetery after the hours of darkness. As the viewer will see in the next several video clips, we had several interactions with the K2 meter, which I had placed on a stump. Please keep in mind that we were in the middle of the woods where there was no electricity or electrical or telephone wires, yet the K2 meter was obviously reacting to something in these allegedly haunted woods.
We got a K2 meter going off over here, and it seems to be lighting up to a 3 out of 5. Look at the K2 meter. It's lighting up. Are you trying to tell us something? You're telling us something with the K2 meter, but I don't know what you're saying. Are you telling us you like us being here? Run. You tell us you don't like us being here. What you telling us? Do you get a lot of visitors in the woods here? Okay. Been a lot of ghost hunters out here? Just us?
Oh no, I have an uneasy feeling.
You say you got an uneasy feeling?
It's lighting up
Yeah.
again, Jim.
Are you giving Samantha an uneasy feeling? Okay. Can you tap him on the shoulder?
Whoa!
What?
Fuck you, you're a dick. Fuck you.
Did you think that was funny? Light the meter up if you thought that was funny. Light the meter up.